Hey guys, Joe here from XFoxGames. Check it out, we got the XS908 power launcher. Now if you guys want to see the original review of this, check it out here. We recently did a kind of an upgrade video of breaking this thing down, putting in some upgrades into this, because I wanted to see, is it worth it on this particular blaster? You know, are the upgrades going to make it shoot better, farther, faster, whatever? So the upgrades that we did for this is going to be the brass plunger tube, we did the brass barrel, and we did the 16 kg spring. That should hopefully bring us some FPS. And again, if you guys watch the install video that we did there, then you guys would know kind of what I'm about to talk about. But this is kind of an overall, after I was able to get out and shoot it a bunch more than just right after the video there. The install probably should take about 10 minutes. It's really easy to open this thing up and break it down. There's nothing you have to cut or glue or anything. It's pretty much just watch that video or just open the thing up. It's pretty straightforward. A little lube on everything. Now, the stock blaster shot roughly about 100 FPS, somewhere right in there. With the upgrades, we were hitting about 160 to 165 depending on the dart. That is a huge performance. That's a 50 to 60%, performance increase by these upgrades. Now, I know primarily it's probably because of the spring, I'm guessing. When it comes to accuracy, because of the barrel, I wouldn't have to say that it's shot any more straighter. I would say it actually shoots a little more wild, probably because of the extra pressure. But I would say that those three upgrades for this, for sure, make this thing a better blaster. The Prime is definitely a little bit harder, not as hard as I would think. I would like to believe that the stock spring in here was maybe like an 11.5, maybe a 12, somewhere right in there. So the pull isn't actually too bad. And with the increased smoothness of the brass plunger tube there, I think it helps with the kind of cocking of this particular blaster. So let's go outside. I'm gonna shoot this thing here so you guys can see this. Man, when you go from 100 to 160 FPS, it is a big increase. This thing, keep in mind that some of my solo cups right there are 4 stacked. So they got some weight to each of those. And when this thing hits, it is hitting it hard. If you watch some of the darts, you can see where it hits it, and the dart, flies 20 feet in another direction. So I would not want to be hit by this particular blaster within 20 feet. It would hurt. These things come out of there screaming fast. But you can see here, it is knocking 4 stacked solo cups over like it's nothing. Now, sometimes when it shoots, they go askew, but for the most part, this thing is just dead on, aim it in the general direction and fire, and you're probably gonna hit what you're gonna wanna hit, but just look at that. Gosh, I cannot stress enough how when you go from 100 to 160 FPS, how crazy that is. So, man, it is crazy. But yeah, woo, look at that. Just so good. So go back and check that up. You guys want to see more shooting videos. Are these upgrades worth it? I would say with the cost of the blaster and the upgrades, you're roughly at about $100 to $110-ish. Oh man, it sure is nice, but I think I would probably spend my money on a Fire Rat. The Fire Rat with the upgraded spring, I think, is a better option. It's not as bulky as this particular blaster, but it is what it is. They're going for a different look here in comparison to the Fire Rat, but that's just me. If you like the look of this, by all means, go with this. With the upgrades, you won't be disappointed. But if you want to go something with a little more performance, a little better ergos, in the hand and the priming and everything, yeah, go the Fire Rat. I really just wanted to do this to say, hey, look, if you have the stock blaster, which I know a lot of you guys do, and you were looking to kind of say, hey, what can I upgrade on this? Go for the spring first, go for the brass plunger tube second, and then the barrel probably third. But if you want the biggest performance increase, go with the spring right out of the gate. But just make sure you get that plunger tube at the same time so you have that, that maximum kind of smoothness with the new power. So there is my 2 cents, guys. I say they're worth it, but if it were me and I was going to spend how much the blaster and the upgrades cost, I would go with the Fire Rat instead of this. But if you already have this, yeah, go ahead and get the spring. It is definitely worth it. I know sometimes out there, right, you get upgrades and they're not what they're supposed to be, but these definitely improved You can see the FPS increase here, right? So, I mean, it is what it is. But yeah, let me know what you guys think, or if you guys have upgraded your XS908, because I am curious if you guys do. Anyways, have a good one, Fox fans.